Canned foods spells convenience. It's mostly ready to eat and just needs a little warming up or spicing, depending on your dinner plans. In a rushed world, there are few things as precious as ready-to-eat food. Or is it? Canned food has been around for many years. The process came about in 1809 when a French scientist, Nicolas Appert, was commissioned by his government to experiment on the preservation of food for Army and Navy utilization. This magical way of extending shelf life has been regarded as a miracle. Despite this fact, the content often tastes a little flavorless in comparison to its fresh counterparts. Also, some claim that the food is often overprocessed. The questions we have to answer today are: is canned food good for your body and general health? What are they not telling us about canned food? Here are some facts that can help you make up your mind if canned food should be a part of your lifestyle. Number 7. Safety of canned foods. Canning is generally a safe and important way of preserving food. This is provided that the food canning process is done within hours of picking the fresh produce. Also, it's better to buy canned foods from a reputable company. This will ensure that the canning process is done at the right temperatures. Heating the jars or cans at a high temperature will destroy the microorganism that causes food spoilage. The process also removes air from products to create a vacuum that further prevents recontamination. When choosing canned foods, make sure that you do a quality check. Never purchase jars or cans that are dented, leaking any content, or have cracked or bulging lids. If the cans have dusty or torn labels, you can be sure that they've been on the shelf for a long time. Make sure that the items offered on special are not spoiled, as you may end up trying to save money and then buy items that you have to dispose of. Some sources claim that food products like beans are coated in bisphenol or BPA, which is a type of plastic coating made from crude oil that's harmful to people. Then there are also the concerns that the aluminum cans can be harmful in itself, allowing this metal to seep into our bodies. Pregnant mothers might be wise to take caution and avoid canned foods, as BPA can affect the future reproductive health of the baby. Other research indicates that canned food like tuna, corn, and tomatoes may have too high levels of zinc that'll mess with the human body when there's too much of this metal present. Number 6. Nutritional value. Some sources claim that most canned foods have the same nutritional value as fresh items. However, the boiling process is notorious for robbing vegetables of part of their nutritional value. Canned food is therefore very useful when you're in a place where there is little or no fresh produce available, or you don't have the necessary facilities to keep your food fresh. It seems like canned fruit and vegetables are rich in dietary fiber and vitamins, despite the naysayers' claims. Some water-soluble vitamins, like vitamin B and C, get damaged in the canning process when heat is added. It is also almost common sense to know that the lower-quality fruits and vegetables are usually reserved for canning, while the good-looking fresh ones are sold in their original form. If you bear this in mind, the best practice is still to eat as much fresh produce as possible, and if you can eat it raw, that's all the better. Number 5. Avoid high sodium content. Many foods cannot be effectively canned without adding sodium. This can lead to water retention, and it can, unfortunately, also cause weight gain. Steer clear from canned cured meats like pork, beef, and fish. The recommended daily intake of salt is about 2,300 milligrams, which is usually exceeded if this canned meat is included in your diet. It can lead to various health issues, like increased blood pressure. Be cautious of canned fish, as it may contain alarming amounts of mercury, which can cause neurological side effects. Number 4. Avoid high sugar content. Canned fruits are often much sweeter than those picked from nature's orchards. That should already have been a warning sign that the sugar content of the syrups is extremely high. Added sugar is strongly associated with diabetes. The fructose sugar in fruit is good for your body, but the added corn syrup is not, as it turns into fat immediately. Start focusing on fresh fruits. You'll be surprised to learn how your taste buds adapt over a very short period if you cut out added sugars. Yet again, it becomes the responsibility of the consumer to take the time to read the labels of the products you purchase. If it's important to you what you put into your body, spending those extra few minutes will be worth your efforts. Number 3. Canned food and gut health. We all know how important it is to maintain good gut health by keeping the gut bacteria as healthy as possible. Some research indicates that there are nanoparticles present in some of the canned containers that tend to have a negative effect on gut health. It seems like processed foods more readily cause inflammation in the body, as it contains many of the elements notorious for this process. As the bacteria interact with your immune system, it can trigger chronic inflammation. Number 2. Storage tips. When storing canned food, there are a few principles to adhere to. Always practice the first in, first out principle. Remember to bring the older items to the front. Store the cans in a cool, dry place, away from direct sunlight, and wipe any moisture from the cans to prevent rusting that can seep through the cans. Most products indicate that they should be refrigerated after opening, and it also gives an indication of how long it will be good after opening. There's a reason why manufacturers put this information on a can, so adhere to the rules for your safety and health. Stick to the principle that when in doubt, throw it out. If you wonder if the content of the can smells or tastes a little off, rather throw it out to avoid becoming sick. Number 1. Environmental pollution. One of the problems we face all over the world is environmental pollution, where tin cans make up a large percentage thereof. The good news is that tin cans can naturally oxidize and return to their original iron state. But this decomposition takes quite a lot of time. Aluminum cans are 100% recyclable. Everyone should do their part in looking after the environment. I trust that this video was informative and gave you some food for thought. The golden rule is to sift through the information and start implementing the things that can improve your general health. Live as healthy a lifestyle as possible to ensure that you optimize your quality of life in the years to come. Subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and tell us what you learned from today's video. See you in our next video.